Hi everyone. The most fundamental idea in Python programming is certainly the basic of much of both the conciseness and flexibility of the Python language. That is dynamic typing and the polymorphism it implies. Because dynamic typing is the root of the flexibility and it also a potential stumbling block for newcomers. Let's take a brief side trip to explore the model here. So in Python, types are determined automatically at runtime, not in response to declaration in your code. This means that you never declare variable ahead of time. This concept will simpler to grasp if you keep in mind that it all boils down to variable, object, and the link between them. So when you run an assignment statement such as a is equal to 10 in Python, it works even if you never told Python to use the name a as a variable or that a should stand for an integer type object. So here we are not telling Python that a is a variable or it should only stand for numeric type. So in Python language, this all pans out in a very natural way as follows. So when we give this statement, what is happening? First, it creates the variable. So in variable creation, when you write this statement, a variable is created when your code first assign it a value. So when you tell a is equal to 10, that time this variable a is created because you are assigning a value 10 to this variable. Python detects some names before your code runs, but you can think of it as though initial assignments makes variable. So when you assign this value to a variable, it creates a variable. Second is variable types. So a variable never has a type information or constraint associated with it. So when you create this variable, it doesn't have any type information that what type of object is going to hold. So the notion of the type lives with the object, not the name. So when we assign a value to it, so the type only lives with the value or the object, not with the name. They always simply refer to a particular object at a particular point of time. When you assign this value to this variable, so at a certain point of time, this name is referring to this object, and currently this object is a numeric type. Third is variable use. So when a variable appears in an expression, it is immediately replaced with the object that is currently referred to, whatever that may be. All variables must be explicitly assigned before they can be used. Referencing unassigned variable results in error. So, for example, if you are creating an expression a plus b, here you have assigned a as 10, but you haven't assigned b. So when you run this code into the interpreter, it will give an error. So here you are assigning a is equal to 10 and you wanted to run a plus b. So you'll get a name error. So you have to explicitly assign before using the variable. So in summary, we can say variables are created when assigned. So when you are assigning any value to a variable, that time a variable is created, can reference any type of objects. It's not like that this variable can only be a numeric one, it can be a string, it can be a list, this means that you never need to declare names used by your script. So it's not like that other languages such as C that you have to explicitly declare like int a. So this means you are declaring this variable that only holds an integer value. In Python you can directly assign a value to a variable. So again, when you assign a value 10 to a, conceptually Python will perform 3 distinct steps to carry out the request. Number 1, create an object to represent the value. So here when you are assigning 10, it's creating an object to represent this value. Then create a variable, here a, if it does not exist yet, and link the variable to the new object 10. So it means whenever you are writing this statement, first it creates the object, then it creates the name, and then it links the name to the object. So whenever you create a variable and the object, it's not like that they store in the same location in the memory. Usually they are stored in the different part of the memory and associated by the links. So variable always link to the object, never to the other variable. So whenever you are creating a variable, it's only links to the object, not in some other name. For example, if you give b is equal to a, this means this b never links to a, it links to the object 10. So this phenomenon is called the shared references. We will discuss this phenomenon in the upcoming videos. But larger objects may link to each other objects. For instance, a list object has a link to the object it contains. So here when we create this variable a, or when we assign this value to this variable a, so it will create a reference to this one. For example, a list object has a link to the object it contains. So it means if we create a list object 1, 2 and 3, what it will do, the first item of the list has a reference to 1. Similarly, the second item has a reference to 2. So here this itself an object and it's having a link to the other object. So this links from variables to the objects are called as reference. So a reference is a kind of association implemented as a pointer in memory. So here we can take a pointer as a memory address. So this is a memory address. And this variable name is pointing to this address. So whenever these variable used, for example, if you create a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20 and you are giving an expression of a and b, so that time Python automatically follows the variable to object link. So when you are looking for this variable a, it's following this link and fetch its value. So we can say variables are the entries in a system table with spaces for link to object. So we can say let's create a table in the memory. So it will tell name and address. So here name is a and address of the object 10. Second thing, object are pieces of the allocated memory which enough space to represent the value for which they stand. And references are automatically followed pointer from variables to object. So if we talk about objects, it have more structure than just enough space to represent their value. Each object also has two standard header fields. So for example, if you create an object, so it's not like that it's just a memory space. It also have two standard header fields where one represent the type designator and this used to mark the type of object. So here it's numeric type. And second is the reference counter. So reference counter used to determine when it's okay to reclaim the object. So when the reference counter is set to 0, it means Python is going to reclaim this memory space. So to understand this, please follow along. Types lives with object. It means whenever we are creating a variable and assigning a value to it, if we check the type of this object, type of a, it will show int. But when we assign a string variable, a string object to a, and then we check the type, it will show str. Similarly, when we assign a floating point number and check the type of a, it will show float. So here when you assigning a is equal to 10, here 10 is an integer, but when you assign a Python, it's a string, and this one is a float. So here first a is an integer. When it assigned to a string, it becomes string. When it's assigned to a float, it becomes float. So in this example, we have simply changed the reference to a different object. It means every time when we create a is equal to 10, it means a is referencing to 10. Now when we create a is referencing to Python, and here a is referencing to float. So every time when we are assigning it, it's changing its reference. Because variable has no type, we haven't actually changed the type of the variable. We have simply made the variable reference to a different object type. So a variable in Python is that it refers to a particular object at a particular point in time. So objects on the other hand know what type they are. So as we seen earlier, that whenever we are creating an object, it has two headers. One is the type designator. This type designator tells the object what type it is. That's why whenever we are giving this type a command, it's giving up the type of the object. This means this type designator header field, when a is equal to 10, it has a value of int. When a is equal to Python, type designator has a value of str, and when a is equal to float, type designator has a value of float. So in our example, we have assigned our variable to the different objects. Here a is equal to 10, here a is equal to Python, and here a is equal to 1.3. So here one question arises that when we reassigning a variable, what happens to the value it was previously referencing? This question leads to our next topic. It's called the garbage collection. So when we assign an object to a variable, and we can talk about, we have two header fields. One is type designator and other is the reference counter. So when we reassign this value, it means here when we assign this value, so this object is created with the type and with a reference. Reference means something is referencing this. So when we reassign this value to some other object, what is happening? This reference counter is set to 0, and now this one is referencing this. So in Python, whenever a name is assigned to a new object, the space held by the prior object is reclaimed if it is not referenced by any other name or object. So here in this case, we are seeing that a, for this object, only a is referencing. So when this object refers to some other object, this one is set to 0. When it's set to 0, Python came to know that this object is not referencing by any other name. So we need to reclaim it. So this automatic reclamation of the object space is known as the garbage collection. So Python accomplishes this feat by keeping a counter in every object that keeps track of the number of references currently pointing to that object. So as I told earlier, every object has a reference counter. So for example, if more than one variable or name is referencing to an object, this reference counter is keep increasing. For example, if we create a is equal to 10 and we assign b is equal to a, so here a and b are both referencing to 10, so the reference counter become 2. So when we reassign a to some other object, still 10 has a reference counter of 1, that is b is referencing to this object. So as soon as the counter drops to 0, the object memory space is automatically reclaimed. So for instance, if we assign b to some other object, so this drops to 0 and this space is reclaimed. So in our example, each time A is assigned to a new value. The prior object's reference counter drops to 0, causing it to be reclaimed. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.